The brand new 2024 cycling season has begun, and with a new season come new team kits. Today, I'll be rating the 2024 Men's World Tour cycling kits from S tier, the best of the best, all the way down to D tier, the worst. Basically, burn them alive, please. Let's start off with our first team, Arkea B&B Hotels. A red jersey, subtle darker red pattern on one side. Here the pattern adds on to the jersey, it doesn't take away from it. It's simple, I like it. Clean and effective. So, A tier for Arkea, the first score on the board. On to Astana, Kazakhstan. I've always been a fan of their Azura ocean blue color scheme, but this is the opposite of Arkea for me. Here, the pattern doesn't add anything. It actually takes away from the aesthetics of the jersey for me. So it's not horrible, but it's not good either. So C tier for Astana. Bahrain Victorious has changed their kit quite a few times in the last few years, and 2024 is no different. It's basically a white kit with a hint of ocean blue. It's just boring. There's nothing to it. So I'm afraid this might actually be our first team at the complete bottom of the rankings. D tier for Bahrain. Now, it's not a secret that I severely hated the AG2R Mondial kit of 2023, the white jersey with the red and black letters, diagonally, with the brown pants, very controversial. I'm still not sure I like them or not. But this makes that whatever they do in 2024, it can't be much worse than the past. Spoilers, the brown pants are gone, and the kit has been replaced by a rather classy blue-white combination. I kinda like it. It doesn't really stand out, so I can't give it A tier. I'd say B tier for the Decathlon AG2R. Next up, Alpecin de Koning. It's actually pretty simple. It's the same exact kit as last year. I will say the red Alpecin logo does fit well with the blue background, but the fade in the background from blue to black is just atrocious. C tier for Alpecin de Koning. Another team that didn't actually change their kit for 2024 is Lidl Trek, but it's understandable because Lidl only joined halfway through the year. But honestly, I wasn't a fan of the jersey when it first came out, and I still don't like it. I understand it's hard to make a good looking kit with the Lidl logo, but it's just a mess. D tier for Lidl Trek. Next up, Movistar. They've got their usual blue kit, but the pattern on the jersey is really pretty. It's not like the fade you have on the Alpecin jersey. There's an actual pattern to it, and I like that pattern. It's certainly the best of the many blue jerseys in World Tour right now. A tier for Movistar. Now, DSM Firmenich doesn't exactly inspire when it comes to their jersey designs in recent years. And with the addition of PostNL, the orange logo, it's still the same. It just isn't well designed, and the only reason that I'm considering putting it in C instead of D tier is because the orange PostNL logo does give it some life. C tier is my final decision for DSM. Intermarché Wanty went for their usual fluorescent yellow combined with some white and some navy blue. It's okay, it's better than last year, but it's not amazing either. B tier for Intermarché Wanty. The next team has a completely different kit than in the past. Jayco Alula. When unveiling the shirt, they said the blue stands for the Australian Ocean and the red-brown at the bottom represents the desert sands, but I'd say the red-brown reminds me more of like a red kangaroo. But hey, all this aside, I like the design on paper, but after having seen the Stand of Southern Under, I don't vividly remember it standing out as much as I thought it would. Still an A tier kit for me though, Jayco Alula. Visma Lease Bike on the other hand went for a very simplistic kit. From a distance, it looks completely yellow, but there's a small beehive pattern on it, on the front at the bottom. It's not a great kit, but it's also not a bad kit, because it will 100% stand out in the peloton, except at the Tour de France, so I'm guessing ASO will force them to have a different kit during that race. Anyway, I think I just expected a tiny bit more from Visma Lease Bike, so B tier it is. Our next kit is not a World Tour kit, it's a sponsor of today's video, Sirocco. Sirocco and I have been working together for the last 4 months and I really like their products. Whether it's their short sleeve or long sleeve jerseys, or their winter apparel, or their bibs, it's qualitative and affordable, the perfect combination. My favorite Sirocco product is this one, the SRX Pro Ultra Race jersey. I wear it in most of my videos, and that's because I really like the look and feel of it. Anyway, through the link in the description or using the code BenjiNasen, you can get 10% off on top of the already existing sales. One thing is certain, S tier is my score for Sirocco. Soudal Quickstep's 2024 jersey is fairly similar to the 2023 one. I think there's slight changes when it comes to the sponsor placement, and there's a bit more blue to it. But overall, it's kind of boring, and add to that the Soudal logo isn't exactly the prettiest logo on the planet, and you have a C tier kit. Groupama FDJ has not changed their jersey, so basically still the dark blue vibes with the vertical French flag. Honestly, it's nothing special. It's a mid jersey. It's a B-tier jersey. With the arrival of Primoz Roglic, Bora Hansgrohe made a real switch up when it comes to their jersey. They've got the usual green aesthetic, but one of the shoulders is basically fluorescent yellow. Like, I enjoy teams that try to stand out, but this just isn't it. This is kind of messy. C-tier for Bora Hansgrohe. Next up, the Ineos Grenadiers. Basically a fluorescent orange horizontally fading into black kind of kit. Not even sure that explanation made sense, but anyway, I didn't like it at first, but I still don't love it. What I'm trying to say is, the more I look at it, the more I like it, but it's still kind of mid, so B tier for Ineos. Talking about mid, or maybe even worse, UAE Team Emirates, it's basically a white jersey with the accent colors being the flag of the UAE country. I think it looks more clean than the Bahrain jersey, but it's still kinda boring. C tier for UAE Team Emirates. Now, it's finally time for EF Education First. They've got their usual flashy pink, combined with a hint of yellow. The pattern looks pretty good. In person, it looks even better. Often I feel like EF's Rafa collaborations are kind of gimmicky, but this is not that. This is honestly simply a really good design. This is the best looking jersey in men's World Tour, hands down. S tier, top of the table for EF Education First. Now our last World Tour team, Cofidis, they had a great kit last year and it looks fairly similar now with a pattern on top of it. But if I compare it to the Arkea jersey, I prefer the Arkea one, so I'll put Cofidis in B tier. There we go, EF Education First, the winner of the 2024 Men's World Tour Cycling Kit tier list. Jesus, a long name. But anyway, I'm not done. I do want to add some pro teams as well to the ranking to see how they stack up against the World Tour teams. Let's start off with Lotto Destiny. Not too many changes compared to last year. A slight black fade is added behind the Destiny logo, but that won't move the needle. B tier is what I would say for Lotto Destiny. It's a solid kit. Israel Premier Tech is one of the many blue kits in World Tour. Actually, they're not World Tour, but you know what I mean, in World Tour races in 2024. I won't lie, on paper it looks good, but having watched the Santos Down Under, it just doesn't stand out at all. Because of that, C tier for Israel Premier Tech. Next up, a team whose aim it is to put the sport upside down. TDT Unibet. Basically, YouTubers that started a UCI Continental team that's now been promoted to a pro team. What does that kit look like this year? The top half is light blue, combined with a triple color scheme at the bottom, pink, yellow, some purple in there. I like the color scheme, it stands out, but I do remember liking the 2023 kit a bit more because the way the colors abruptly switch at the seam under the arms, that's just not a feature, that's a bug. But hey, it's still much better than most World Tour kits, so I'll probably give it an A tier for TDT Unibet. And now on to our final team. It hasn't actually been that long since we had so many black kits in World Tour, and we just don't have that anymore, so I wanted to include one, Tudor Pro Cycling, a pro team. Basically a black jersey with a hint of white on the arms and the red Tudor logo. That's absolutely stunning. On paper, it's a nice kit. I've seen it in real life. It's a good kit. A tier for me. And there we go. That's it. That brings us to the end of my tier list for the 2024 cycling kits. For the men's side, that is. Obviously, this is just my opinion. It's subjective, so I do want to hear your opinion on these kits in the comment section below. In the end, there's some good kits, there's some bad kits, but let's be honest about it. The women's Canyon SRAM team cleans the floor with all these men's cycling kits. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for the next video. Goodbye.